Welcome back, model friends. It's Brian, and we're doing a final on our General Lee build. That's right. We're finally done with our General Lee build. It has been years since we started this one because we started it in, I think, February of 2020. And here it is, October of 2020. That's like 6 years ago, depending on how your 2020 is going. But yeah, we are done. We are extremely happy with how this came out. I'm just so jazzed about how well it came out. I'm almost speechless about it. I just want to sit here and stare at it. But yeah, we did our absolute best job we could possibly do with this kit, and it shows. I'm extremely proud of it. So my only thing is, like, there's no shows to take it to. So what did we do? Well, we started off with the Pro Modeler series from Revell / Monogram. It's the 1969 Dodge Charger RT kit. You all know the one with the butter yellow car on the box lid. That's the kit we started off with, and we started off with a basket case kit we got for just a couple dollars on eBay. We found out we were missing about half the parts we needed in order to build the car. So that's why I give a shout out to my good buddy James over at Scale Model Experiment, because that guy's a Mopar whisperer, and he's got Mopar. He bleeds Mopar, so he was the guy to go to talk to about what color needs to be where and why. And he's just an encyclopedia of that knowledge. So he also had a bin of kits that he had gotten from someplace in his history, and he's like, you need a new body for that, because the Pro Modeler body that came with the kit that I had gotten was the incorrect roof line. So he gave me the proper body, the more modern version of the body that he had on hand, and then he let me dig through the Mopar bin that he had for bits and bobs to help finish off this guy here, because otherwise we wouldn't be looking at this beauty right now, because it'd only be half done. So I suppose this is really a General Lee in the truest sense of making the General Lee model, because it's made up of probably 4 or 5 different model kits just sitting here. I know that for certain that the decals came out of some other kit that I had on the shelf, one of the old NPC kits. The push bar, that's actually a scratch built that we got from got the template from this magazine here, Scale Auto, January of 2002. It's got the General Lee on the cover doing a jump. We photocopied all the information there and then printed out what we wanted, so we could cut out the templates and stuff, because they did print them 1-to-1 scale size. That was kind of cool. So there's that. We hit up our buddy Jeff over at Jeff's Model Car Garage, because he was doing it General Lee also. I really liked the color that he had come up with, and he suggested going with TS98 pure orange, or as I call it, close enough orange. We talked to our friend Jay over at Jay's Mini Scale Garage on General Lee stuff in general, because he is the General Lee whisperer, and I know that he builds those things like a couple times a week almost. It seems he's got a lot going on his bench right now. Chief among them, a couple more General Lee builds, I believe. But yeah, we sourced a lot of material from a lot of different areas. We talked to a lot of people. We got a lot of information from folks, and this isn't an exact replica of what we would have seen on TV, because it doesn't have the CB or CB antenna, doesn't have the little cross dealy flags on the back window, doesn't have that kind of jazz. I don't mind, because this is how I would have built it generally if I had one sitting in my driveway right now. We have cell phones now, so we don't need to worry about CBs, and I just think those things were annoying in the first place. But I know I can speak from truth, because my father had one. All right, so we just rambled on here a lot about what we got going on with the kit. Let's just point out a couple of details, like the wheels. We got those from eBay. They're not 100% correct to what we would have seen on the car, on the show, or any other type of builds, but I like them, so that's what we're going with. They do have the little cappies in the center there. I know that there are some photos of it generally where it doesn't have wheel caps in the center, some sort of weird thing. But I mean, I like the looks of these, so I decided to stick with them. Well, the funny thing is that the Pro Modeler tires that came in the kit didn't really fit these rims, so I actually stole the tires out of the Country Charger kit that I have sitting on my shelf, and we all know that one. That's the one that's molded in black. and it's a general lead from the dark side of the moon as far as I'm concerned. But let's go around the back side here. We did have a little bit of a fit issue right through here with our rear tail panel. I believe that's probably because Bo slid it into a hay bale or two once in a while. We are waiting for an authentic looking decal for the license plate in back there. We got that on order. I think we have it on order. I don't remember if I pressed the order button or not, but I gotta double check that. We did like doing the blackout on the back here. I do like how that looks on this car. It's pretty sweet. Let's see here. Let's keep going around. I said that we had pilfered the decals out of an older kit, and there was an issue with that. This was the first decals we put down on the car, was this side, and we have a split right through the one here and a couple of splits in the zero right there, and I think right down there. But we were trying to just get them adjusted onto the body, and they just kept splitting on us, and they actually made a snapping sound when they broke. So I was like, oh geez. So took a step back, regrouped, and then reattacked everything, and I can't complain with the results. I mean, seriously, I know where to look because of the defects in there, but I think that they're pretty well hidden. So coming around the front here is our scratch-made push bar, which looks really great up against that black grill, right? Stands out real well. So I could adjust the lights and everything, and this is the part where our buddy Joe over at Mad Genius would cut to his little slate about being 2 hours later. Yeah, this is as good as it's going to get. But here, in comparison, this is what we would have gotten in a kit, in the MPC kit. And then here's our scratch-built one. You're just going to have to take my word for the scratch-built one being better. So there you go. All right, cool. So moving on. Let's take a look underneath the hood. We did the 440 engine. The Pro Modeler kit does come with the optional Hemi, which Benny over at Fubar Model Yard, when he was doing all the rules and stuff for the group build, said that the Hemi was not authentic to the car, so we weren't doing a Hemi. We did do the 440, and oh heck, I think that turned out real nice. I did my little green battery like I like to do, I guess is the best way to say that. We did add a wiring kit. We added yellow wires because I thought those would stand off nicely with the rest of everything going on there. And yeah, basically, other than the wiring that we see in there, everything is included in the kit for the engine bay, all the heater hoses and everything. I love the fact that we get decals for the Magnum air cleaner. I thought that was really slick to have that added in the kit. The kit decals for the kit that I had, because it hadn't been taken care of very well before I got my hands on it, weren't that great. There was a few problems with some decals, and the Magnum air cleaner decal isn't exactly designed to go on an air cleaner, I think, because of the way the decal went on there. Anyway, I digress. Let's take a look at the bottom side, and we did do some German gray on the bottom so that we could make the bottom look a little darker. We did some overspray to try and replicate that, and then basically that was it. I mean, it was all in all a fun build. Technically difficult for me because it's one of those rare situations where I'm not just free building a kit and just having a good time with it. I'm trying to replicate as much as I can, and it turns out I don't like those. I don't like those types of builds. Those are too constraining, I think. There's no artistic license really used in it at all. But I do love the results. I do love the car. That's why I wanted to replicate this one as best I could, because you know, it was always my dream car when I was a kid, because I always liked TV shows and movies where there was a hero car, Dukes of Hazzard, Knight Rider, Herbie, you know, those kinds of things where there was a hero car. The car was a character in the show, not so much the A-Team. The A-Team van was just there. It wasn't really a character in the show like everybody else was. But I do remember having lots of good times watching those shows and having a generally Hot Wheel in my pocket everywhere I went. So just bringing back some good times for me, especially nowadays with everything that's going on out there. All right, y'all, we're going to sign off now. This has been another long video. I apologize about that, but we did have a lot to discuss. And take it easy, and we'll talk to you a little bit later on. Bye now.